I'll let you swallow.
No woman's ever been so kind to me before with those words. Will that be the
Yeah, we should.
the hook?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that the
hook.
hook?
Yeah. What is your name?
My name is Jeremy Moore.
And how old are you?
I'm 36. 36
So
years old.
young. Do you feel young?
Not when I look in the mirror. It feels like things are starting to fall to the floor. And I can't recover from that. No, I don't feel that young. Sometimes, like when I hike and like the pain centers around the knees.
Yeah.
I feel pretty old, but
Arthritis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the cold temperatures, like we're not as durable as we once were when we were young kids.
Yeah, you got to warm up before you get going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But. I have really bad knees.
Do you? Just from being an athlete younger, or?
No, I think it's just genetics because I don't really do anything crazy.
Do you hold anger in your heart from your family tree for where these bad knees started?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I do is I just take collagen peptides every day.
What is
that? And
that?
It helps.
Is that just like a supplement for joints?
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to help with hair, nail, and joint lubrication.
Oh, it's like fish oil type thing.
Ish. Yeah. It comes from a cow.
You buy it from the cow?
No. I buy it from Costco.
It sounded really legitimate, and then you said you buy it from a cow.
No, it's from a cow. Like it's made from a cow. Like milk, but not. It's powder.
Got it. Okay. So
can't taste it.
The cow isn't like the gatekeeper that controls or regulates how much of the supplement you get. He's the one that is
He gets
providing
butchered
you
for it. Yeah, he has no say. Yeah.
The great sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can feel good.
Worth it.
Yeah. I eat beef, so I also eat that same cow.
You should try the peptides then.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll try the peptides.
Yeah. Is there any food that you don't eat?
I have trouble with spicy food, but like, there's the spice that like comes, smacks you and then leaves, and then there's like the lingering, like Mexican food, curry, that stuff I have a really tough time with because I grew up with like a Scandinavian diet and on my mom's side, and my dad didn't really like want to experiment with any crazy flavors. So now that I live in Phoenix, having some really spicy burrito, it takes a lot of like, I have to really warm up and really just like commit to having the spice, but it creates it's not a fun experience. Ketchup is what I say my limit is for spice.
Ketchup isn't spicy at all.
That's my limit for spice.
No spice.
But then wasabi's okay because
wasabi's not okay.
It's there, hello, and then it's like, all right, goodbye. Like that's
but it's like there, burn your nose, water like coming out of your eyes.
That's okay. Is that a double standard that I can do that?
I mean, no, that's
horseradish.
It's just what you like.
Yeah,
it's just confusing.
I'm sending confusing messages.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to work on that. You'd think being as old as I am, I would not be so confusing with my messages. I'd have some more agency with my spice.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. A little bit. Okay, moving on from that topic. I feel like you're always exploring, always like in the mountains.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Yeah.
On the river.
Yeah.
Are you alone or do you go with people?
It's, I think with the industry that we're in and my personality, I do enjoy being around a lot of people and being social, but then when I check out or turn it off, I want to do the complete opposite, which is that. So I grew up doing it. I had a family and a dad who raised us to, go exploring, go, take risks like that in the outdoors, be prepared, Boy Scouts, all that stuff. So the idea or thinking about like having anxiety going out and doing that just it doesn't exist. I'm always out exploring and yeah, but being alone in nature is so peaceful. And then what I've been doing lately is like minimally planning trips when I go out, so I kind of can just more like see what happens, enjoys, and yeah, like Thanksgiving Day, I was up in Sedona, looking in this very West Sedona Canyon for some other Indian ruins and pictographs and stuff. So it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Have you ever been on the river and when it's dark, the Salt River?
Only after sunset. So not when it's super dark, but if you're talking about like tarantulas and hearing horses clog through the vegetation, I have heard that, and it is a little freaky, but
yeah. I got caught on the river one time. My timing was off, and they'd actually like closed the dam, and I didn't know that. So the water was literally stopped. So what normally takes 2.5 hours took 4 on the river in the pitch dark, because of course I didn't have a light. I tried to use my phone, but that light's, I mean, it gets you to like right here.
Was it just you?
No, I was with a girlfriend. The river looks totally different in the dark.
But no current.
No current. And you could hear the horses, but you couldn't see them until you were right up on them. And I was just terrified that they were going to like...
laughing at you?
I think so.
For your poor planning?
Yeah, I think so. It was really embarrassing. So now I like triple check like...
But what are the odds of that gonna like happening again? Do they do that every year or something? Or
well, they close the dam every year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the water.
Yeah, when I'm out there, I like the soft lighting, just because it's easier. I'm not like I like photography, but I'm not like a expert technical on all the settings and stuff. But it's just easier for me to take the photos when the sun is about to go down or the sun has already set. You got like this 15-minute window where all these amazing colors come out, and then you can see it. But then you have to walk back, and usually I'm like 30 minutes away from whatever the trail or the trailhead is or the parking lot is, so I have to like not get hooked by all the barbed, pointy vegetation that we have here, or watch out for tarantulas or whatever. But
are you scared of tarantulas? That's the second time you've brought them up.
No. Well, no. But when you're not expecting to see a critter, like any named critter, and then you're like using a cell phone light, or even better, well, actually worse, because of the light it emits, like a headlamp, which is really dramatic because it casts like these really long shadows, and then you see like the Addams Family hand, like and then it's so large and heavy that it makes sounds of stepping over,
like it's crunching the leaves.
It's like it's dense.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but then you see like the random guy on the talk show who like picks it up and holds it, and then he like puts it in his mouth for thrills. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That's not for me.
Yeah, spiders don't scare me. No.
Do bears?
No.
Have you seen a bear?
In Tahoe. I grew up skiing in Tahoe and hiking up in like the south end of Lake Tahoe, and most of the bears up there are very like acclimated to the human beings, so they know how to forage for trash and stuff. So I've seen them from a distance, but there were a few times when I was hiking in the summer up there, and they were far enough away where it wasn't super scary, and they were like younger ones. But then at night you're thinking, did they take inventory of me and check my bone structure, see what kind of cuts they could get off me, and then they'd come and make their way into my very thin layered tent and just take my body.
Night.
Good night. Yeah. No, I don't think I'm afraid of bears. I think worms are weird.
What kind of?
Like the ground worms?
Like an earthworm?
Sky worms? No, the ground, like the
long,
the
like purple ones that they're just full of dirt.
Yeah, well, they eat dirt. Which is fine. Like that's fine. Good for you. Like nature's filtered feeders or whatever. But they just like the shape of them. They're not quite like, they got the short end of the stick, and they're not quite like snakes with the cool scales and the colors.
But don't they have multiple hearts?
Snakes or worms?
No, the earthworms. Am I making that up? We should fact check this before we put that on
I
the
think,
web.
I think for an animal or a it's not an insect. What is a worm? It's like a member of the, I don't know. But like,
What is it?
see, that seems like a waste of engineering to me.
5 hearts.
And they live for what, like 47 hours or something?
I don't know their lifespan. I think, no, it's got to be longer than that because some of them are like this big and then other ones are like big.
That's true, yeah.
So.
And I know it has that little like band. And I think that's how you tell the age. Like if it goes past like a certain point.
You
that's
know
like
a lot about something that you don't like. But did you know that it had 5 hearts?
It or you? Oh, it. Yeah, I thought you said you and you were going to make a joke and I was like waiting for the punchline.
No, I barely have 1.
It's like this took a turn. I didn't know it had 5 hearts.
Well, you're welcome. Now you
But
know.
then why does it only live for?
I don't know. How long do they live? 1.6 to 2.5 years. That's a long time.
There's a worm. So then that's the average. So then that means there's a 2-year-old worm out there. That's like. It's like, damn, I'm the oldest worm in the world. Just want to find.
Would you
someone
rather
to relate
hold a
to.
snake or a worm?
A snake. Is that weird?
That's super weird. Because
Yeah.
snakes can hurt you, earthworms cannot.
99% true, but maybe there's that 1% where the worm.
It's going to bite you?
Something could happen.
Yeah. I mean, especially being 2 years, maybe it'll, I don't know.
Gather up some intelligence or some courage along the way and learn some patterns for how to destroy a human.
You're very suspecting.
It's true. Or unsuspecting. Maybe I could be easy prey.
Maybe. Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve? I'm going to rephrase that. What's your biggest pet peeve of like, well, I guess that's what a pet peeve is.
No, but yeah, I mean.
I'm making myself laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
The inconsistency with someone's personality in different situations, meaning for one, the famous sexy one where everyone's like, how do you treat people in customer service or, the restaurant, or in stressful situations.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's like annoying, but it's very interesting to see how some people come across as like very chill,
Mm-hmm.
very open, very flexible, open-minded, and then they're put in a very stressful situation. And it's like not. All those core
Mm-hmm.
values, all those, kind of traits just go right out the window. You're like, whoa, who's this?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this? Glad we're having, glad I was only thinking about dating this person, and we haven't gone on any dates yet because this just kind of sealed
Mm-hmm.
the deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one way you can tell if someone's like that is if they bite their nails. Sorry if you guys bite your nails.
That's a good one.
That's like a big red. Oftentimes when I meet someone,
yeah,
this is a confession, I will look at their hands.
That's great. I love that. That's great. I look at the hands eventually, and then I look for the cuticles if the cuticles are kind of
manged up. Yeah.
Because so then what goes through your head when you see that? Are you playing out like a scenario of what is causing them the stress, and then seeing how they're aggressively like?
Yeah, for me,
nails?
it's just a sign that they're anxious and they don't know how. I feel so bad, Justin.
They don't know how to
they're
control
anxious and they don't know how to manage it, and it comes out with their nail biting.
Self-mutilation.
And oftentimes they're not doing it around people, so you don't know they're doing it when they're alone or in the car or.
Yeah, I remember being around said person. We haven't said the person. This person who would.
Is this a girl?
No. Just
okay.
just another a man human that
just
I
this
just
person
know.
we've okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he would sit in this chair, and he would man, this is longer than what I thought we would be talking about a subject such as this. But he would sit in his chair and he would peel his nails.
Uh-huh.
And then when he was done in this area, you'd see like a little smattering of 6, 7, 8 little
I hate
thin
that so
thin
much.
nails. Yeah.
It's making my skin crawl. Like the thought of someone biting, like if my kids put their fingers and they start biting it, I like the sound itself is just like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Worms, snails,
bears. Yeah. What are you doing this weekend?
I don't have plans.
Is that normal?
No. What am I doing this weekend? It's so early.
You just like day by day kind of guy?
No, I think just the last couple of weekends I've had a lot to do, and then this weekend I haven't really. Maybe some open houses, but usually what happens, because sometimes I'm pretty last minute with deciding what I want to do with plans, is like day before I'll probably go out to like what is it, like White Mountains, like out near like past Globe, past what is it, Malibu or whatever, not Malibu, what's it called, the Miami, thank you. Yeah,
I was like, there's a Malibu in
yeah,
Arizona?
I know, I'm like, yeah. yeah there's like there's a really cool waterfall out there that doesn't get a lot of traffic right now because it's cold.
Yeah
So maybe do that, maybe not.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
sounds nice. I need your help.
I'm here to help. I'm sitting on your couch, you invited me in.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, somewhat.
You look comfy.
I've made myself comfortable.
So it wasn't the couch. It was all you?
Yeah,
Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, I've propped up the pillow because I've got a bad back. So my back is saying like hello to me right now. Like, I'm here waiting for support. You. I'm gonna start being more annoying to you.
So you have a bad back, bad knees?
Well, the knees, the back is bad, but the knees are okay. It's just I feel the knees when I've done something like strenuous. Yeah, the body's broken. You
should put some BioFreeze in your bag.
Is that like the I'm thinking Copper Fit. What's BioFreeze?
BioFreeze is just like rolls on your joints.
It's like a cream or like a it's like icy hot.
Yeah, but it's a roll on, so your hands don't have to smell like it.
Is that not a desirable smell for?
You can smell it.
Maybe the worms won't like it.
Probably not.
Keep them away. They won't come crawling up out of the ground.
You should just put it on your body and see what happens.
Just go walk around, give people hugs, and
No, it's for the tarantulas and the earthworms. Like next time you're out in Sedona, just rub your body.
I think I'd be more curious to see what it would be like in a coffee shop when I have that.
It's gonna burn so bad.
Yeah.
Stay away from certain spots because it's not.
Oh, like
yeah, there. Yeah, that wouldn't feel good. Okay, I need your help. What should I call this podcast? Not podcast.
Is it so? It's a lot of people within the industry, or
yes
somewhat
and no.
Connected.
Yeah, business owners.
I want to say something like elevator conversations because those are somewhat condensed, quicker.
Yeah.
But also this is pretty off the cuff and so maybe like hold that door, hold that. Angela's.
But we're not in an elevator. So
no, I know, but the idea of like the conversation in the elevator.
We should get in an elevator. I should interview random people in an elevator.
What about between two lamps? Because you're not quite taking the between two ferns, but it's between two lamps.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, or I was to say coasters and coffee, but that just sounds like every other branded name of restaurant and coffee shop in Scottsdale. Where they take, take two names and try to create something kitschy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got nothing. That's
well,
okay.
I had things.
Yeah.
I had things. Yeah, worms and nails. Musings with Angela Gordon. Worms and nails. No one will forget it. And then you can do that. You can hashtag worms and nails. And
like separate worm, hashtag worms, hashtag nails, hashtag worm and nails, hashtag Worm nails.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then they would yeah. Because that's what I did with the ASMR home tours. So now if I want to, if people ask like, oh, what's that one you did of this, and I search my own hashtag and no one ever uses it. It's like mine.
You're the only one that pops up.
Yeah.
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 I like your home tours.
Thank you.
They make me laugh.
They're really fun to do. They make me laugh later, not in the moment, but they make me laugh later.
You stay serious the whole time?
Yeah, because I think for when I'm doing it, and I'm just doing it with one other person who's doing all the shooting for me, Ben. We just we know each other pretty well now, so a lot of the laughing I think sometimes would come across as like nerves, but where we're at now, we'll do a couple different takes, pick from the best one, but it's it's really fun. I mean, the house or wherever we are is providing all the material anyway, so it's just kind of giving your brain free range to figure out what it either like reminds you of or what it invokes in you, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I just wish some of the realtors would let me tour their homes more often. They get very possessive.
Well, how would they know? Just schedule a showing. If it's vacant, just schedule a showing.
Yeah, per armless, per easy, whatever. I have to let them know, hey, I'm gonna do a home tour, put on video, and I'm gonna playfully say things about the home. So there's been a couple times where the agent is like, yeah, I don't think that's for us. Or then we've done it, we've put out a video, and
they get mad.
The agent's like, my client just saw what you did in their home and they're not happy. And I'm like, what specifically were they not happy about? She's like, you bashed the entire home. I'm like, give me an example. And all they could come up with was talking about the animal footprints that they had in the bathroom on the concrete. And I said all the names wrong. I said like a spotted tortoise hare or something.
You didn't get the animal right.
It was very fun. And then he realized what ending we had come to and where it kind of ended up. And he was like, wow, this does sound a little silly, but it's not worth it. Someone's going to complain. And yeah, but
we just got to get you houses like that so you can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, but if you're not like, if I'm not getting reactions like that, I'm not doing what I really want to do.
You're not doing it right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I like them. You should keep doing them.
Thank you. Thanks.
Do you have any questions for me?
Who's like I'm sure we're all great, but who's like the one guest that you've decided not to ask because you get in your head about it, or like this bigger figure in Arizona that you really want to have on the show?
That I want to have on Between Two Lamps? I honestly haven't put that much thought into it, but maybe I should.
Goals?
Yeah.
Like a Goldwater or I don't know, like the world's your oyster, like I don't know, like a celebrity or something, or like a local celebrity, like a chef, or I don't know. Not yet, just taking it as it comes.
Yeah, just kind of winging it here.
What was the reason for you to start this show?
The biggest one is just for our personalities and for people to get it to know us. I think it's difficult to do that sometimes on social media.
Is there someone sitting behind you? Who's us?
You and me.
Oh, you and me. Oh,
else.
got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah.
I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I thought I didn't think of this as like together. But yeah, you're right. I guess I'm sitting here with you and we're talking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for like local business owners or people in the industry, or it just shows them in a different light and creates a lot of conversation around that.
I like it. Any news is good news, as they say. That's an industry term.
Yeah. No such thing as bad publicity.
Yes.
I
like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of the same lines.
if you could be doing one activity during the show, what do you think you would do with said guest?
I mean, I have a lot of ideas. It'd be like paddleboarding or sitting on the beach.
Good luck. Good luck.
Just get out.
I was thinking more like like slamming some clay, like making like
I actually
bowls
saw
and
a funny
stuff.
video about that yesterday. But yeah, you're right. An activity. I like that.
Yeah.
What activity, if I had you here today and I said, okay, Jeremy, I need you to pick an activity, what would we be doing?
I
Making a fire?
No, I
with
feel
sticks?
I don't know how that would work. Yeah. I think because I'm an ADD guy, I'd need to do something like fidgety with my fingers. So maybe not picking nails, like for quantity, but
quilting.
Maybe like the log cabin stuff we grew up with, those little Lincoln logs, or Legos would be fun. Or making sandwiches.
What kind of sandwich?
Well, we would have an assortment of meats, of course. So it would be up to the creator to choose the perfect, meat.
Yeah.
I would probably opt for like an aged Italian meat, maybe some prosciutto. I'm not sure, but a sandwich might be nice because then at the end
you just eat it.
We switch.
Oh.
And then we eat it.
Is there one thing I could put on that sandwich that you wouldn't eat?
Worms.
I knew you were going to say that.
That was the easy one. Probably the like pepperoncinis.
Yeah, jalapenos. Anything spicy.
I always, just flick them off.
They're so good.
But even when you take it off, the
It's
memories
still
of them are still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. If you weren't, I know being a mom is full time too. But if you weren't in real estate and you weren't a mom, what was your path, or what would you have done? What would you have wanted to do if those two options not necessarily weren't available, but just weren't, part of your
If I
thought
could
process?
Rewrite my life, what would that look like?
Yeah. And take the factor of like needing to make a lot of money out of it.
Honestly, if I could just like travel the world and do like acts of kindness.
Pick a job though that
would be my job. Where people gave me money, let's just call it a nonprofit, and I could just walk around and make people happy.
You're a nonprofit, yeah. You know what you could do?
What?
On the back of your car I saw out there, just put your little Instagram or your little hashtag for Venmo.
I hate that. No, don't do that.
But here's the key. Above it said "just married," and then put the username for your Venmo, and then people are like, oh, angels. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, think about it.
What are your thoughts on people that put their Venmo on the back of their car?
The devil.
They're the worst.
They're the worst. Like what?
Yeah.
Initially, I'm like,
and who's actually sending them money?
I mean, if there are people buying farts in jars, there's people sending strangers money on the freeway. So,
I just don't like that.
Yeah, I agree, but it's a very opportunistic approach. It's like how I feel about the title companies right now that are being advantageous for whichever that title company was that had a data breach. The rest of them are not coming out with like these texts or emails saying, as of now, I'm sure you've heard of the massive data breach from so-and-so.
Right.
We want to let you know that we've always had
you'll never expect that from us.
Securities in place.
Yeah.
And you should talk to us.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's opportunism, but it's kind of exploitation a little bit. But
because it could happen to them, and then they'll be eating their words.
It's true. But I guess at the end of the day, if I saw the person with the sticker on the back of their car, and then I profiled a little bit of them like made up like a little story about what I thought their life was like. All right, maybe I'll send them $1. I'll probably do that. No, I won't do that. No,
don't do that.
No.
Oh, that's funny.